Hi, I'm Michelle Holloman at Life Healing Counseling, and I'm a licensed clinical addiction specialist and associate sex addiction therapist. And I've been getting a lot of questions about how we're interacting with teens nowadays and how we can help them better interact with parents and each other. So one of the things that keeps coming up is gaming and how much screen time our kids have. So a lot of things have changed even since I was a kid. And kids today are not talking on the phone, they're texting, they're video chatting, and they can even do it like they're on an episode of Star Trek with an Apple Watch. And this new technology is really exciting and convenient, but it affects our kids in different ways. Someone asked me why her teenager wasn't interested in getting her driver's license. And it seems to be a trend that a lot of you are noticing and asking about. And I thought about it really hard. It applies to me as well because in my job as a therapist, I can do teletherapy. I can reproduce an intimate clinical relationship with a client online through video chat, and that's what our kids are doing as well. So this applies to teenagers because if kids want to see their friends or have conversation with their friends, they video chat. They don't have to get in their cars and drive over to see them. They can simply see each other online. This also applies to why are kids traveling less. So I think this is part of why this trend seems to be happening now. If they want to go and travel somewhere, they can do it through virtual reality, they can do it through the internet. And it's a lot cheaper and it's a lot more independent from their parents than packing and driving and interacting with their parents and planning a trip. So these are kind of things that we're starting to see with teens these days. Studies we have show that gaming about 3 hours a week increases kids' anxiety, depression, and even social phobia. So how do we stop this before it even starts? Well, we educate our kids and we set limits on electronics. And even as those words come out of my mouth, I feel myself cringe because it is a very difficult thing to do. But we have to, as parents, set limits. We have to put rules in place with consequences. And we have to follow through and make sure our kids literally unplug, especially when they're often two working parents, people aren't home. So there are these really great apps out there. I'm going to show you one of my favorites that I use with my family. And you can do some research or contact me and I can tell you some other ones that work really well, but this is one of my favorites to use, especially with kids. It's an app that connects with the router in your house and controls the Wi-Fi. So it's called Circle. It's actually by Disney, and this is what it looks like. So when you're on there, you can see there are 4 family members in my house. And I'm gonna push on one of my kids. So this pulls her up, and what you can see is that there are 4 devices connected to this. She's only allowed to be on for a certain amount of time a day. Right now it says 4 hours because she has a big project due, so I allowed her 2 extra hours to do her project, but she has a 4-hour limit total today. And it's on a teen filter. She has a bedtime of 9 p.m. And I can tell you the Wi-Fi shuts off all her devices at 9 p.m. They don't come back on until 7 a.m. when she's already in school. So I can guarantee she's not on it in the middle of the night sneaking around because she has no Wi-Fi. The filter that's on here is on teen because she's old enough, and it shows that she's allowed to use certain apps and certain games. And I've really worked with her very carefully to make sure she's not overusing them or spending too much time on those. I've blocked her on app stores and downloads because I don't want her downloading apps that I don't know about. So she's not allowed to have apps and downloads. And then I've also blocked things like online games when I know she's not supposed to be doing it because she's supposed to be working on her project, and also online shopping. I don't want her running up a lot of bills. Now the cool thing about this is that you can manage your child's account, all her usage in your house especially, from your phone. So if I push this, I've just paused her Wi-Fi from my office. And if you listen really carefully, you can probably hear her screaming. But I'm going to unblock it because she is working. So that's how one app works. And all the apps have similar properties. You can figure out which one works best for your family. If you have any questions or want more information, contact me, Life Healing Counseling. My name is Michelle. Or you can subscribe and watch my other videos.